Chosen ones, God has sent wealth your way through someone, and you need to listen closely, because this is no ordinary moment. A divine connection is unfolding, orchestrated by the Creator himself, and it's bringing abundance straight to your doorstep. This isn't about chance or luck, it's about a promise, a plan, a person sent to change your life forever. Your season of prosperity is here, and it's coming through someone you may not even expect. Stay with me, because your spirit already knows this message is meant for you. This wealth isn't just money, it's a flow of blessings that will touch every corner of your life. God has seen your faith, your struggles, your quiet moments of prayer when you thought no one was listening. He's been preparing you for this exact moment, where someone steps into your path carrying the resources to lift you higher. Picture a river, steady and strong, carrying everything you need right to you. That's how God's provision works. It doesn't trickle, it pours. This person, this divine messenger, is already on their way, guided by God's hand to bring you what's rightfully yours. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt a stirring in your heart, a sense that something big was coming, even if you couldn't name it? That's the Holy Spirit whispering, preparing you for what's about to happen. This isn't about your past mistakes or the times you doubted. God doesn't care about that. He sees you as His chosen, His beloved, and He's sending someone to confirm that truth in a way you can't ignore. Maybe it's a mentor with wisdom to share, a partner with opportunities, or even a stranger with a single act of generosity that shifts everything. Whoever they are, they're coming with wealth not just in dollars, but in purpose, connection, and transformation. Pause for a second and let this sink in. You're not chasing this blessing, it's chasing you. God has already set this in motion, and your job is simple. Stay open, stay faithful, stay ready. If this message is resonating, I encourage you to hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking this path. Your action sends a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive. And if you feel it in your spirit, leave a comment with 777 below. It's a declaration that you're claiming this divine promise. Think about Joseph in the Bible, sold into slavery, locked in a prison, forgotten by those he helped. Yet God sent someone, a cupbearer, a nobody in the grand scheme, who spoke his name to Pharaoh at the perfect moment. That one connection opened the door to wealth, influence, and purpose beyond what Joseph could have dreamed. You're standing in your own Joseph moment. Someone is coming, and they're carrying the key to unlock what God has stored up for you. It might be a business deal, a gift, a conversation that changes everything. Trust that God's timing is perfect. This isn't about you working harder or figuring it all out. God's wealth doesn't come from your hustle, it comes from His promise. The person He's sending isn't just a random encounter, they're a divine appointment. They might see something in you that you've overlooked: your talent, your heart, your potential. Or maybe they're drawn to the light God has placed in you, a light that shines even when you feel dim. Either way, this connection is no accident. It's God saying, "I've got you, and I'm bringing what you need through someone I've chosen." Now, let's talk about what this wealth really means. It's not just a paycheck or a bank account, it's freedom. Freedom to live without fear of lack, to pursue your purpose without stress, to give generously because you know God's supply never runs dry. When this person enters your life, they're not just bringing resources. They're bringing confirmation that God sees you, knows you, and has a plan far bigger than you imagined. You might feel unworthy or unprepared, but God doesn't choose based on perfection. He chooses based on purpose. Have you ever noticed how God works through people? Think of Ruth and Naomi. Ruth, a foreigner with nothing, stayed loyal to Naomi. And through that bond, God sent Boaz, a wealthy man, who didn't just provide for Ruth but gave her a legacy. That's what's happening for you. Someone is coming, not to pity you, but to partner with you in God's plan. They might offer a job, a connection, or even a simple word that sparks something new. Whatever form it takes, this wealth is God's way of showing the world His favor on your life. If you're feeling this truth deep in your soul, take a moment to comment 777 below. Let the heavens know you're ready for what's coming. Your faith is the key that unlocks this door. God's not asking you to force it open. He's asking you to trust that He's already turning the key. This person, this divine connection, is already on their way. And when they arrive, you'll see how every step of your journey has led to this moment. Let's talk about preparation. You might be wondering, how do I get ready for this? The answer is simple. Keep walking in faith. You don't need to have it all together. God doesn't send blessings to perfect people. He sends them to faithful ones. Start each day expecting His goodness. Speak life over your future. Say, I'm ready for the wealth God is sending. That mindset shifts everything. It aligns you with His plan and makes you a magnet for the blessings He's releasing. Now, picture this. A door you didn't even know existed swings wide open. Behind it is everything you've prayed for: financial freedom, peace, purpose. The person God sends is the one holding the key to that door. They might not look like you expect. They might not come when you think they should. But God's timing is never late. When they show up, you'll know it's Him, because the connection will feel like a spark, a confirmation, a moment where everything clicks into place. Sometimes, the wealth God sends comes in unexpected ways. It might not be a suitcase of cash. It could be knowledge, a new skill, or a relationship that opens doors you never saw coming. Think of Esther, a young orphan who became queen because God sent someone, Mordecai, to guide her to her destiny. That's how God works. He uses people to deliver His promises. Your Mordecai is out there, and they're closer than you think. If this message is stirring your heart, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones receiving these truths. Your engagement helps spread this message to others who need it. And don't forget, comment 777 to declare your readiness for God's abundance. This isn't just a number, it's a signal that you're standing in faith, trusting that God's plan is unfolding. Let's talk about the ripple effect. When this person enters your life, the wealth they bring won't just change you, it'll change those around you. Your family, your community, your world. God's blessings are never just for you. They're meant to overflow. Imagine paying off debts, helping a friend, or starting something that impacts lives. That's the kind of wealth God is sending, not a selfish hoard, but a river that keeps giving. You might be thinking, why me? Why now? Because you're chosen. That's why. God doesn't pick people based on their resume. He picks them based on their heart. You've walked through trials, carried burdens, faced rejection, and still kept your faith. That's why this moment is yours. The person God is sending isn't random. They're drawn to you because of the light He's placed in you, a light that shines even in your darkest moments. Now, let's address the doubts. Maybe you're thinking, I've heard promises before, and nothing happened. That's okay. God's not offended by your questions. But hear this, your past doesn't define your future. Every disappointment, every closed door was preparation for this moment. The wealth coming your way isn't tied to your old story. It's tied to God's new chapter for you. Trust that He's rewriting your narrative through someone He's chosen to bless you. Picture a seed, buried in the ground. It sits in darkness, unseen, until the moment it breaks through. That's you right now. You've been planted, nurtured by God's hand, and now you're about to bloom. The person He's sending is like the rain that sparks your growth. They're coming to water what God has already planted, and when they do, you'll see abundance spring forth in ways you never imagined. This wealth isn't just about what you gain, it's about who you become. When God sends someone to bless you, it's not just about money or resources, it's about stepping into the fullness of who you're meant to be. You'll walk with confidence, knowing God's got your back. You'll speak with authority, knowing your purpose is secure. You'll live with joy, knowing your future is in His hands. Have you ever seen how a single conversation can change everything? Maybe it's a word of encouragement, a job offer, or a connection that shifts your path. That's what's coming, a moment that feels like divine timing, where someone says or does something that flips your world upside down in the best way. God's been setting this up, aligning the right people, the right places, the right moments. If you're feeling this truth, comment 777 below and let the universe know you're ready. Your faith is what activates this promise. And if this message is moving you, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones standing in faith. Your action helps this message reach others who need to hear it. Let's talk about the bigger picture. This wealth, this person, the moment. It's not just about you. God's plan is always bigger than one life. When He sends someone to bless you, it's a setup for you to bless others. Maybe you'll start a business that creates jobs. Maybe you'll give to someone in need. Maybe your story will inspire someone to keep going. Your abundance is a spark that lights up the world around you. Now, imagine this. You're standing at a crossroads. One path is the old way, struggle, doubt, lack. The other is God's way, abundance, peace, purpose. The person He's sending is the guidepost pointing you to the new path. They're not here to save you. They're here to show you what God's already prepared. All you need to do is take the next step, trusting that He's already cleared the way. Sometimes, God's blessings come through the most unlikely people. Think of the Good Samaritan, a stranger who stepped in when no one else would. The person coming your way might not be who you expect, a colleague, a distant relative, someone you've never met. But when they show up, you'll feel it. That spark of divine connection, that sense that God's hand is at work. Be ready to recognize it. This isn't about sitting back and waiting for a miracle. It's about walking in faith, knowing the miracle is already on its way. Every prayer you've prayed, every tear you've shed, every moment you chose to trust God, it's all been leading to this. The person He's sending is proof that He's heard you, seen you, and never forgotten you. Let's talk about timing. God's clock doesn't work like ours. You might want this blessing yesterday, but He's got a reason for the wait. Maybe you needed to grow stronger. Maybe the person He's sending needed time to be ready. Whatever the reason, trust that this moment is the right one. When they walk into your life, you'll see why every delay was worth it. Now, picture yourself a year from now. Your life is transformed, debts paid, dreams pursued, purpose clear. All because God sent someone to spark that change. That's not a fantasy. It's a promise. The wealth He's sending isn't just for today. It's for your future, your legacy, your impact. You're not just receiving. You're becoming a vessel for His goodness. If this is speaking to your heart, comment 777 below to claim this promise. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking in faith. Your engagement helps this message spread to others who need it. Stay with me, because we're just getting started on what God has in store for you. Let's talk about the power of expectation. When you expect God's goodness, you open the door for it to flow. Start each day saying, "I'm ready for what God's sending." That simple act shifts your perspective, aligns your heart, and prepares you for the person He's chosen to bring this wealth. Expectation isn't wishing, it's faith in action. Sometimes the wealth God sends comes disguised as a challenge. Maybe the person He sends pushes you out of your comfort zone. Maybe they offer an opportunity that feels too big. Don't shy away. God doesn't send blessings that fit your old self. He sends ones that fit the person you're becoming. Step into it with courage, knowing He's already equipped you. Think about David and Goliath. David wasn't a warrior, he was a shepherd. But God sent someone, King Saul, to put him in the right place at the right time. That moment wasn't just about defeating a giant, it was about stepping into a destiny. The person God's sending you is your Saul, your Boaz, your Mordecai. They're here to help you slay your giants and claim your calling. This wealth isn't about greed, it's about purpose. God's not sending you money to hoard. He's sending resources to fulfill His plan. Maybe it's to build something that changes lives. Maybe it's to help someone who's struggling. Whatever it is, know that this blessing comes with a responsibility to use it for good. That's what makes it divine. You might be wondering, how will I know when this person arrives? Trust your spirit. You'll feel a shift, a connection, a moment that feels bigger than coincidence. It might be a conversation that lights a fire in you, an offer that feels too good to be true, or a kindness that catches you off guard. That's God at work, using someone to deliver His promise. Let's talk about gratitude. When this person shows up, don't just receive, give thanks. Gratitude multiplies blessings. When you thank God for what He's doing, you open the door for more. Start now. Say, "Thank you, God, for the person you're sending." That simple prayer sets the stage for what's coming, aligning your heart with His plan. Sometimes, the person God sends doesn't just bring wealth, they bring clarity. Maybe they help you see your worth, your gifts, your purpose. Maybe they say something that flips a switch in your mind, helping you see what's possible. That's wealth too, knowing who you are in God's eyes and walking in that truth. If this message is hitting home, comment 777 below to declare your faith. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones standing ready for God's promises. Your action helps this message reach others who need to hear it. Stay with me, because God's not done with you yet. Now, let's talk about trust. Trusting God means letting go of control. You don't need to know every detail of how this person will show up or what they'll bring. You just need to know that God's got it handled. He's been faithful before, and He'll be faithful again. Every step you've taken, every trial you've faced, has been building your trust for this moment. Imagine a puzzle coming together. Every piece of your life, the struggles, the victories, the quiet moments has been shaping you for this. The person God's sending is the piece that makes it all make sense. They're not the whole picture, but they're the part that helps you see it clearly. Trust that God's putting it all together. This wealth isn't just for you, it's for your legacy. Think about Abraham. God promised him descendants as numerous as the stars, and through one person, Isaac, that promise came to life. The person God's sending you is your Isaac, the spark that starts a chain reaction of blessings. What you receive now will ripple through generations. Sometimes God's blessings come through tension. The person He sends might challenge you, push you, make you uncomfortable. That's okay. Growth often feels like stretching. Embrace it. They're not here to break you, they're here to help you become who God created you to be. Lean into the discomfort, knowing it's part of the plan. You might feel like you're not ready for this. That's normal. But hear this: God doesn't wait for you to feel ready. He makes you ready. The person He's sending isn't looking for perfection. They're looking for someone God's called. That's you. Step into this moment with faith, knowing you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Let's talk about vision. God's sending someone to help you see what He sees: a future where you're not just surviving, but thriving. This person might open your eyes to opportunities you've missed, talents you've ignored, or dreams you've buried. Their role isn't just to give, it's to help you see the abundance already within you. If this is stirring your spirit, comment 777 below to claim this truth. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking in God's promises. Your engagement helps spread this message to others who need it. Stay with me, because we're diving deeper into what God has for you. Now, let's talk about patience. God's timing isn't always ours, but it's always perfect. The person He's sending might not show up tomorrow, but they're coming. Every day you wait is a day He's preparing you. Don't rush the process, trust it. The wealth He's sending is worth the wait, because it's not just a blessing, it's a transformation. Think about Moses. He spent years in the desert, feeling forgotten, until God sent someone, Aaron, to join him in his mission. That partnership changed everything. The person God's sending you is your Aaron, someone to walk alongside you, to help you carry the calling He's placed on your life. Be ready to recognize them. This wealth isn't about what you can get, it's about what you can give. God's blessings are meant to flow through you, not stop with you. The person He's sending might give you resources, but they're also giving you a chance to impact others. Maybe it's starting a ministry, helping a family, or building something that lasts. Whatever it is, know that your abundance is a tool for His glory. Sometimes, the person God sends doesn't just bring wealth, they bring healing. Maybe they speak a word that mends a broken place in your heart. Maybe they show you kindness that restores your faith in people. That's wealth too, a heart made whole, a spirit set free. Be open to receiving in ways you didn't expect. You might be thinking, what if I miss it? What if I don't recognize this person? Don't worry, God's plans don't fail. If you're seeking Him, you won't miss what He's sending. Stay prayerful, stay expectant, stay open. The person He's chosen will stand out, not because they're perfect, but because they're part of His plan. Let's talk about faith in action. Faith isn't just believing, it's moving. Start preparing now. Clear out doubt, fear, or anything holding you back. Make room for the wealth God's sending. Maybe it's updating your skills, reaching out to someone, or simply saying, God, I'm ready. Every step you take makes you ready for the person He's sending. Imagine this, a moment where everything changes. A conversation, a handshake, an email that shifts your life. That's what's coming. The person God's sending isn't just a person, they're a turning point. They're proof that God keeps His promises, that He sees your needs, that He's working even when you can't see it. If this message is speaking to you, comment 777 below to declare your faith. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones standing in God's truth. Your action helps this message reach others who need it. Stay with me, because God's got more for you. Now, let's talk about the bigger plan. God's not just sending wealth, He's sending purpose. The person coming your way isn't just a blessing, They're a bridge to your destiny. They might help you start something new, connect you to opportunities, or simply show you what's possible. Whatever they bring, it's part of God's bigger picture for your life. Think about Paul in the Bible. He was blinded, lost, until God sent Ananias to restore his sight and set him on his path. That one encounter changed Paul's life and the world. The person God's sending you is your Ananias, someone to help you see clearly, to step into the calling you were born for. This wealth isn't about luxury, it's about impact. God's giving you resources to do something bigger than yourself. Maybe it's helping a community, starting a project, or simply being a light in someone's darkness. The person He's sending is here to help you make that impact, to turn your purpose into reality. Sometimes God's blessings come with a test. The person He sends might ask you to step out in faith, to take a risk, to trust in a way you haven't before. Don't be afraid. That test is just preparation for the abundance waiting on the other side. Embrace it, knowing God's got you covered. You might feel like you're not enough for this moment. That's a lie. God chose you, not someone else. The person He's sending sees what He sees, a chosen one, ready to receive, ready to shine. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be you, walking in faith, trusting His plan. Let's talk about legacy. The wealth God's sending isn't just for today, it's for tomorrow, for your children, for the generations after you. The person He's sending is part of that legacy, helping you build something that lasts. Every step you take now is planting seeds for a future you can't yet see. If this is resonating, comment 777 below to claim this promise. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking in faith. Your engagement helps spread this truth to others. Stay with me, because we're diving deeper into God's plan for you. Now, let's talk about surrender. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means giving over. Give your worries, your plans, your fears to God. The person He's sending is part of His answer to your prayers, but you've got to let go to receive. Trust that He's working, even when it feels slow. Imagine a moment where you look back and see how every step led to this. The person God's sending is part of that story, a chapter you didn't see coming, but changes everything. They're not just bringing wealth, they're bringing confirmation that God's been with you all along. This isn't about what you deserve, it's about what God's promised. You don't earn His blessings, you receive them. The person He's sending is proof of His grace, His love, His faithfulness. Be ready to accept it, not because you're perfect, but because you're His. Sometimes God's wealth comes through sacrifice. The person He sends might ask you to let go of something: pride, fear, an old mindset. That's okay. What you release makes room for what He's bringing. Trust that what's coming is better than what you're holding on to. You might be wondering, how do I know this is real? Look at your life. The moments God's come through before, the times He's sent someone to help you, to lift you up. This is no different. The person He's sending is part of His pattern of faithfulness, proof that He's still working. Let's talk about hope. Hope isn't wishful thinking. It's expectation rooted in God's promises. The person He's sending is a spark of hope, a reminder that God's not done with you. Hold on to that hope, let it guide you, let it keep you steady as you wait for this divine connection. If this message is stirring your heart, comment 777 below to declare your readiness. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones standing in faith. Your action helps this message reach others who need it. Stay with me, because God's got more in store. Now, let's talk about alignment. When you align with God's will, everything falls into place. The person he's sending is part of that alignment, a piece of the puzzle that makes your purpose clear. Stay close to him, pray, listen, trust, and you'll see how this connection fits perfectly into his plan. Think about the disciples. Jesus sent them out 2 by 2, pairing them with people who helped them fulfill their mission. The person God's sending you is your partner in purpose, someone to walk alongside you, to help you carry the vision he's given you. Be ready to receive them. This wealth isn't just about what you see, it's about what you become. The person God's sending will help you step into a new version of yourself, bolder, wiser, more purposeful. They're not just bringing resources, they're bringing transformation, helping you become who God created you to be. Sometimes God's blessings come through the unexpected. The person he sends might not look like a savior. They might be ordinary, flawed, human. But God uses the ordinary to do the extraordinary. Be open to seeing his hand in the people you meet, even the ones you least expect. You might feel like you've been waiting forever. That's okay. Every moment of waiting has been shaping you, preparing you for what's coming. The person God's sending is worth the wait, because they're not just bringing wealth, they're bringing God's promise to life. Let's talk about impact. The wealth God's sending isn't just for you, it's for the world. The person he's chosen will help you make a difference, whether it's in your family, your community, or beyond. Your abundance is a tool to change lives, to show God's love in action. If this is speaking to your spirit, comment 777 below to claim this truth. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking in God's promises. Your engagement helps spread this message to others. Stay with me, because we're not done yet. Now, let's talk about faith's reward. Every time you've trusted God, every time you've held on through the storm, he's seen it. The person he's sending is your reward, proof that your faith wasn't in vain. They're coming to confirm that God keeps his word, that he never forgets his chosen. Imagine a moment where you realize everything you've been through was worth it. The person God's sending is that moment, a living, breathing reminder that he's been working behind the scenes, setting up blessings you couldn't see. Trust that he's bringing it all together. This wealth isn't about changing your circumstances, it's about changing you. The person God's sending will help you see your strength, your purpose, your value. They're not just bringing money or opportunities, they're bringing a mirror to show you who you are in God's eyes. Sometimes God's blessings come with a call to action. The person he sends might ask you to step up, to take a leap, to do something bold. Don't hesitate. That leap is part of the plan, a step toward the wealth and purpose he's promised. Trust him and take it. You might be thinking, what if this person doesn't show up? They will. God's promises don't fail. The person he's sending is already on their way, guided by his hand. Your job is to keep your eyes open, your heart ready, and your faith strong. Let's talk about overflow. The wealth God's sending won't just fill your cup, it'll spill over. The person he's chosen will help you pour out blessings to others, creating a cycle of abundance that keeps giving. That's God's way. He blesses you to be a blessing. If this message is stirring your soul, comment 777 below to declare your faith. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones standing in God's truth. Your action helps this message reach others who need it. Stay with me, because God's got more for you. Now, let's talk about divine connections. The person God's sending isn't just a helper, they're a partner in his plan. They're here to walk with you, to lift you up, to help you carry the vision he's placed in your heart. Be ready to embrace them, because they're part of your destiny. Think about Jonathan and David. Their friendship wasn't just a bond, it was a divine connection that helped David become the king God called him to be. The person God's sending is your Jonathan, someone to stand with you, to help you step into your calling. This wealth isn't about what you can hold, it's about what you can release. The person God's sending will show you how to let go of fear, doubt, or anything holding you back. They're here to help you open your hands so God can fill them with His abundance. Sometimes God's blessings come through a whisper, not a shout. The person He sends might not make a grand entrance, they might show up quietly, with a word, a gesture, a moment that changes everything. Listen closely, because God's voice often comes through the unexpected. You might feel like you're not ready for this wealth, this change, this person. That's okay. God's not looking for ready, He's looking for willing. The person He's sending will meet you where you are, helping you step into the fullness of His plan. Let's talk about purpose. The wealth God's sending isn't just for comfort, it's for impact. The person He's chosen will help you see your purpose clearly, whether it's through their words, their actions, or the doors they open. Embrace it, because it's bigger than you. If this is resonating, comment 777 below to claim this promise. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones walking in faith. Your engagement helps spread this truth to others. Stay with me, because we're diving deeper into God's plan. Now, let's talk about the journey. Every step you've taken, every struggle you've faced, has been leading to this moment. The person God's sending is proof that your journey wasn't random, it was divine. They're here to help you see the beauty of God's plan unfolding. Imagine a tapestry woven with every moment of your life. The person God's sending is a thread that brings it all together, showing you the masterpiece He's been creating. Trust that every detail, every hardship, was part of His design for your abundance.